Hello there, and welcome back to another episode here on Crafting on Ilum. Today's vlog is all about Legacy Expo that was in Burbank, California, that took place on September 13th and 14th, and it is a convention that focuses on the expanded universe, celebrating timeless and legendary stories. It was an absolute blast being able to attend with all my friends. The people who put on this convention were the absolute sweetest. There were a ton of events and activities at this convention. Walking in, you see that there is a lineup of brochures that outlined all of the events and activities that were going on this weekend, along with this awesome HK droid. And walking in, you can see all of the vendor booths along with the author booths. Specifically here to the left was Chris, who invented the double-bladed saber. Some fun facts, some fun lore. And there was a lot of stuff going on this floor. Really great cosplays as well, people walking around with some awesome costumes. This booth specifically had this insane lineup with all of these figures. Look at this lineup here. All of these TIE fighters and AT-ATs. And then there was also, of course, lots of booths with lots of books, because this was the Expanded Universe convention. And these specifically, I wanted to take home one or two, but I was like, man, I really need to save my money because this is the first booth that I'm looking at. But I really love this like Shakespeare tale of Star Wars, a way of telling the story of Star Wars, but with Shakespearean language. I thought it was really funny as I was reading through and flipping through the pages, but I did not take that home, but it was definitely one that I had my eye on. And lots of books if you are a physical media person. And y'all know me. I love a small convention where you get to see all of your friends that are in attendance and get to hang out and have plenty of time to rest and to get to all of the events and activities that are happening at the convention. And this one was no different. It was a fan-run convention. And so for the floor, it was pretty easy to get through all the booths within the day and still be able to go to activities that they had, such as speed friending, and they had a room where you could play Star Wars Unlimited, and they had cosplay photo shoots and tons of panels throughout the day. They had a Family Feud type of like trivia game that happened on one of the days. And there was even a room that was called a quiet room where you could go and decompress for a little bit, which was perfect for fellow introverts like myself, and just kind of showed the thought and time that went into putting on this convention, taking into consideration all the people in attendance. So a perfect convention too, if you've never been to one. It's a perfect starter convention for sure, especially if you are a big fan of the expanded universe. But yeah, so for the first day, I just kind of walked around and got all the footage of the booths, because like I said, the floor was fairly, not like super small, but it was small enough to be able to shop around, do some window shopping, figure out what I wanted to get. And I did purchase, of course, as one does, a few things at a convention, and I will be showcasing all of that in a haul in this video. And at this booth, I want to point out these cute little like button things that you can put on Crocs. I did purchase a few of those because I recently got my first pair of Crocs, so I was really excited to like deck them out with Star Wars little button things. I don't even know what they're called. I saw them, I wanted them, and I got them because they were $1 a piece, which was, in my head, not a bad price. And of course, at conventions, there are always lots of figurines, so lots of Black Series figures and perused a little bit, but I didn't end up picking up any figures because I wasn't on the hunt for anything in particular. Next up, cosplays! I love going to conventions and seeing everyone cosplay their favorite characters and showcase their creativity and just have fun and girl boss and slay the heckin' bobs out of their fits. Like, look at all my friends. Look at how cool they look. So I love it when the community comes together in like a positive way and helps each other out when you experience cosplay malfunctions, like this Ventress and Plo Koon being the best of pals. You know, you can't see much when you have a mask on, so you need a pal to help you out. And I also had a lot of fun recording really silly little videos. My friend Ryan had me do this little bit with this cardboard cutout of Boba Fett since I was in my Sentis Vel cosplay, and I was just trying to be as extra as I could and as sassy as I could. And so here's some of the behind the scenes. So I hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, just some more footage of the floor because I also really love going to the booths that can help me with my cosplays too. People who do commissions for things that I don't know how to do or that I don't want to do, that I don't have the time for. And specifically leather work, I have no knowledge about. And so if I needed to get any upgrades for my Ahsoka cosplay or whatever cosplay that's in the works, I love being able to see other people's commissions and get those resources and business cards in the case that I need to commission a piece for a cosplay. And this booth in particular had a ton of items. There was leather straps and pouches and cups and belts and belt buckles and little accessories that you could use with like an OC cosplay. So lots of things here. And then we also passed by the Rebel Legion booth to talk with some friends, see all the cosplayers out there with the Rebel Legion and all the Star Wars props. Always super fun. And got to peruse around more of these booths. There was a booth for auction on specific books. Some of the books had signatures from the authors. And then, of course, made sure to look at all of the fan art and pick up some pieces as well, which again I'll showcase here later in this video. I got like this really cool World Between World print that had Ezra in it and some cute stickers. And there were these really cool dioramas that were really detailed. I felt like I was in episode 2 in the chase with the bounty hunter Zam Wessel in a speeder with Anakin. Like, it was just so immersive and so detailed, and the lighting looks so cool. So I did spend quite a bit of time here. Had to get some good footage here. And then there was this booth. My friend Ryan and his friend make these like little accessories, and I love them for like an Andor, like a Ferrix Friday original character cosplay, or just like an original character Star Wars cosplay. They were only $10 and they came with wristbands, so I definitely picked one of those up because it was a steal. Continuing on, we love a good Lego build. This cool R2 and a little chopper. And amongst the vendor booths, the author booths, and you could go up and have them sign your books and chat with them. All of them were super welcoming. Like I had mentioned earlier, one of the first booths when you walk in was that of Christian Gossett, and next author Abel Pena. And he has written reference books and articles for Star Wars Insider and has done some really cool work where he translates like rare Spanish and Italian Star Wars comics. So my friend Jessica, who is the host of the podcast called Rebellion of Hope, she was able to interview both Chris and Abel, and it was a super interesting interviews for them both. And like I said, all of these authors are very sweet and very welcoming and had so much insight And I have to take a moment to express my gratitude and appreciation for Legacy Expo for allowing me to attend as media and have one-on-one sit-down interviews with authors James Luceno and Matthew Stover. I had such a fun time chatting with them about their works and their approach to their writing and how they get into the minds of their characters, and if they've seen any of the new Star Wars TV shows or movies and their thoughts and opinions about that stuff, and just being able to have some good laughs with them. And they are just huge fans themselves. And so being able to hear their opinions about their favorite characters or favorite stories was just an absolute blast. So thank you so much to Legacy Expo for allowing me the opportunity to sit down with them. And thank you so much to the authors themselves for taking time out of their busy convention schedule and chatting with fans like myself. Alrighty, so now that we've gone through all of the con floor and con footage, it is time for the haul. And we get a little bit with a little bit that we have. And one of the first items was actually given to me by my friend Ryan. So big a shout out to him. Thank you so much for this. It's super cute. And he won it at one of the panels. So you never know what you're gonna win or get at one of the panels that they host. So this one is this book called The Jedi Mind, and it has like little cool like affirmations kind of like in the morning for those with like anxiety or you know just trying to be more mindful and enter that mindset at the beginning of the day. So one of them has like this quote from my favorite character, Qui-Gon. I know that there's one in here because he's like the epitome along with Shmi of mindfulness.
Don't center on your anxieties, Obi-Wan. Keep your concentration here and now where it belongs.
So this really cool art, and it says let go, and it says always remember your focus determines your reality. And so I'm just going to read like the page from this because they're pretty short, and so you just read them in the morning to like get in a mindful mindset. So it says, as Qui-Gon mentors a young Anakin, he imparts wisdom about being mindful. He explains the values of quieting one's mind. Maybe mostly, he reminds Anakin that whatever he chooses to focus on will play a role in how his life unfolds. Some circumstances are out of our control. Facts. But focusing on our current action is something we can control, and it can provide a sense of calm and capability. Our minds will wander. It is our nature. Sometimes our minds swirl with negative thoughts and worries. We can move these along by recognizing them for what they are and not giving them undue weight. The more one practices observing unnecessary thoughts and not fixating on them, the easier this becomes. Practice, and it gives you just something to like take a minute or two to practice. Find a comfortable sitting position and close your eyes. Center yourself by focusing on your breathing in and out. Acknowledge any thoughts that wander into your mind while you're focusing on your breath and let them pass. Imagine them as leaves flowing down a river. You do not need to stop to take a second look or get caught up in these thoughts. Remain in focus and let them go by. So it's just like a really wholesome book to like look at in the mornings. And I have looked at a few of them since I've got back from Legacy Expo, and it's been really centering and really nice and just like a nice thing to do with like your morning matcha or coffee. So really cool. Thank you so much, Ryan, for this. He gave it to me because I think he said that he had the book already. So yeah, this has been really helpful and I appreciate it very much. Speaking of matcha, he also got me this sticker that says Meowcha time, and I love my morning matcha, and I have 2 cats, and I love cats. I have a dog as well, but this was like the cutest sticker ever. I have yet to put it anywhere because a lot of my water bottles are running out of space because of how many stickers I have on them. So yeah, we will save this until we get a new water bottle, maybe. Okay, so I also attended the Cantina night. I purchased a ticket for their Cantina night, and they gave out like little goodie bags. And in one of the goodie bags was this like fan art. So this little like poster card. So super cute. Really like it. Don't know where I'm going to put it yet, but I do want to get a frame for it. And I also, like I said in the video, I just got like some like random stickers and buttons and pins. This is from Punch It Chewy. This is one of the stickers. Read more comics. And then this was from the fan fiction books that I think I mentioned in the video. It is, they had the published book of fan fiction stories, and one of them was 30 stories featuring the fast and dangerous world of pod racing from some of today's masters of fan fiction. And it was called Star Wars Tales from the Boon to Eve Classic. And this was the button. So I thought it was really cool. And my friend Ryan wrote one of the tales, one of the shorts. So I had to get one of the buttons, and it was cheap. It was like, I don't know, $3 or $5 or something like that. And then one of the arts / the prints, I think I mentioned it in the video, but it was the World Between World art. And this is from Kashma Micah on the interwebs. It is kashmamicah.art. So you can find their art there, and I thought it was gorgeous. I love when the Force gets weird and when we get World Between Worlds and like random things like that. So Ezra in the World Between Worlds was a must pick up print, so definitely need to find somewhere to put that, and like a frame to be able to put on my wall art. My wall of art is what it is. It's just a whole bunch of art and frames that I put on my wall to the left of me. Yes, that is the left. Okay. And then my friend Ryan also got me a Bastilla Shan sticker, and I don't remember where I put it. I think I put it on my laptop. I don't remember, but it's not here. But I kept this so that way I could remember what booth we got it from, and it was from @KickGirl is what the @ symbol says, @KickGirl. So lots of cute stickers, because I also got, she had these like sticker sets, and I brought my water bottle so I could show you, because I already put some of the stickers on the water bottle. But I got this sticker set that was the Desert Planet Friends. And as you can see, I've already taken quite a few from it. But it had the Eope and Bantha and some Jawas just doing random things and cute little heart emoji things. And then it also had BD1 on it, and a mouse droid and a gonk droid. I had to get it because of the gonk droid. And so I got the sticker set, and I haven't put those on any of my water bottles quite yet, but I will. And so on my water bottle, I put the gonk droid here, and then it came with like a Utini little like quote, and then the Jawa, and then the pit droid, and then mouse droid and BD1. We also got the sticker, which is Hot Girls Read Star Wars Facts. Okay, and I know you're all looking at this. I know you're all looking at this sticker. This was intentional. This was 1000% intentional, because even though it looks upside down, when you drink it, it's right side up. So don't come at me, because it has a purpose. Yes. And then I believe the sticker was from Legacy Expo. I don't remember what booth or if it was given to me, but I have it. And it was in the pile of like Legacy Expo stuff. I also, while I was in California, I grew up in California, and I lived right across from downtown Disney / Disneyland. And then I moved when I went off to college, and I only went back once to Disneyland. I've gone to Disney World a couple of times in the past couple of years, but I've only gone back to Disneyland once, and that was back in like 2020. Yeah, 2020, 2019, something like that, around the time when they had first opened Galaxy's Edge. And so this was my second time being back since I left home for college. And when I went to Galaxy's Edge, they had the cutest Ewok plushie, and I had to get him. I have yet to name him, but I carried him around with me the entire night. He went on the Haunted Mansion with me, and we watched the shoots. I forget what the title of the show is, but it's like the projection onto the like rocks in the background on bot 2. It's like the power of the force or something like that, something force. And I held him up like in Lion King when they hold up Simba, and I was just like, ah. Anyways, when the like Endor projection came up and the celebration music came on, I held him up and was like, look, it's your theme song. Not really, but like, you know what I'm saying. Anyways, I love this Ewok plush because of all of the textures on it, because like the furry part, super soft, and then there's this like leathery part, and then his little paws are like wooden blocks, and it's just so cute. And then his nose is like cloth, and then of course his little like scarf headband thing is also cloth. So many textures, super cute, and like when you just like wiggle him, just okay. Anyways, super cute. I love him. And then I also got the lightsaber keychains because it was just kind of like a group thing with the group of friends that I went with. All the girls were just like, yeah, we all need lightsabers. So we got the lightsaber keychains, and it like lights up, and it's really fun and really cute, and I love having it on one of my bags / purses. And then last but not least, the things that I was, oh wait, I'm loading. I don't remember where I put it. I have put the little watch wristband that I showcased in the video, the 3D printed ones that are great for like OC Friday Ferrex type outfits. I thought I left it on one of my shelves, but I cannot find it. And so that means that I put it somewhere in my closet, in my boxes for cosplay, like accessories and items. So I'm gonna have to dig through it to find it. And I thought I left it out, so oh well. But on the last item that we purchased was the little croc like squishy button thingies that you put on, and I got a little Ewok and an R2, and they were only $1. So I definitely should have got more, but I was like, I'll just start with 2. So I have these, and I'm really sad that I don't know where I put the watch, because the watch was really cool. So I will definitely be posting that on my story at some point to showcase it, because RIP. Anyways, that is all of the haul. And again, like most of the conventions that I go to, or at least like attending, are the smaller conventions, because it's just easier to get around and do things and support small shops and hang out with friends. And that's not to say that I have anything against like larger cons, because I also attend those too, but I just have a special place in my heart for small conventions. So definitely look into attending Legacy Expo the next year that they put it on. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this con vlog / haul. I had a lot of fun at Legacy Expo, and again, thank you so much to Legacy Expo for allowing me to host those interviews with James Luceno and Matthew Stover. And if you are big fans of those authors, be sure to check out my interviews with them. They are up on my YouTube channel. And for my Luceno one, I don't know what happened to my mics. They just like spazzed out, because I used my mics with Stover's interview and the audio turned out fine. But then when I used it for Luceno's interview, it just like was so muffled. So in like editing, I had to try and amplify the sound. So I do apologize for that, but we did our best, and I put captions on there. It's still audible with captions. So definitely check those out if you are big fans of those authors. It was so much fun talking with Luceno about the Plagueis novel, because I just read that this past year and loved it. And then I also love Rogue One, and he wrote Catalyst. And then with Stover, of course, like he's written so many Legends novels, but then the Revenge of the Sith novelization is what he's most known for. So I loved being able to chat with him about that. So much fun, lots of great interviews, lots of great commentary from the authors, and great panels. and hanging out with friends. If you guys liked this video and want to see more of my convention shenanigans, my cosplay builds, and reaction videos, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we will see you in the next video. Bye for now.